Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. So, Raw on Netflix has officially reached its 1 year anniversary. The debut episode of Raw on Netflix was historic. Now, 1 year later, on January 5th, 2026, we see another historic Raw, or what is supposed to be a historic Raw, which will be highlighted by the World Heavyweight Championship match between CM Punk and Braun Breaker. Now, I've said this for a while now that I think it's time to pull the trigger. WWE must pull the trigger on Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker should win tonight on January 5th on the 1 year anniversary episode, or the 1 year anniversary of Raw on Netflix. Braun Breaker, after tonight, becomes the World Heavyweight Champion and carries that title all the way until WrestleMania, where he faces potentially the Royal Rumble winner, which could be LA Knight. I think, in my eyes, would be a great decision. Some people are saying Roman Reigns. Some people are saying Sami Zayn. Some people are saying LA Knight. Some people are even saying Gunther. I think all of those are pretty good options except for Roman Reigns. I just don't think he needs to win the Royal Rumble. He can challenge for any title anytime he wants. He is the top guy. He is the god of WWE. I think Braun Breaker winning and beating CM Punk is a huge stamp of approval for this new era that Triple H keeps talking about over and over and over again. And if it really is a new era, quote unquote, then Braun Breaker should carry WWE into that new era, not the old washed up CM Punk who still wears a fucking t-shirt in the ring when he wrestles. That's just a joke to troll Kevin Nash. But anyways, the big rumor about tonight, about this January 5th edition, this 1 year anniversary edition of Monday Night Raw, is that Chris Jericho will finally return to WWE. This is the rumor that's been swirling around, and I'm not really sure. I think at some point, yes, Chris Jericho will return to WWE in 2026, but some people are saying he will return tonight on the anniversary show, and when he will return and how he will return is still a bit of a mystery, but some of the big rumors are that he is going to interfere, that Chris Jericho, returning Chris Jericho to WWE, is going to interfere in the CM Punk versus Braun Breaker match and cost CM Punk the World Heavyweight Championship. And then you're going to see CM Punk and Chris Jericho feud, probably have CM Punk and Chris Jericho feud for a little bit. Both of them probably going to be in the Royal Rumble still. It won't be for a title, so you probably won't see that singles match at the Royal Rumble. You'll see them both in the Royal Rumble and potentially a feud in the Royal Rumble, and then maybe you'll have that match at WrestleMania, and then maybe CM Punk will retire Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. Those are all maybes. I just sort of made that up right now on the spot while I'm talking to you. But the big rumor is that Chris Jericho will return on the 1 year anniversary show tonight, January 5th, and he will cost CM Punk the World Heavyweight Championship. Do I like this? No, because I don't think Chris Jericho should come back as a heel. He's going to get a massive pop, huge ovation from the WWE audience. His last little run in AEW was really horrible. So to sort of revitalize his career and his legendary career, one of the greatest of all time, one of the best to ever do it, Chris Jericho, no doubt, is supposed to be retiring in 2026. So why not bring him back to WWE as a babyface? If he costs CM Punk the world title, now some people like myself will be very happy. I'll see Chris Jericho as a hero that he is if he costs CM Punk the world title. But most WWE fans see CM Punk as a good guy, as their hero. Don't understand why, but they do. And so if Chris Jericho comes back and costs him that title, he's now coming back to WWE. They're losing that massive pop of the Chris Jericho return, and now he's a heel. I don't mind it because Chris Jericho on the mic is amazing. Chris Jericho also, when he has something to sink his teeth into, is really good. There have been a previous CM Punk, Chris Jericho feud, sort of best in the world type of thing, which they could potentially do. But I'm not really into that. But then I'm sort of thinking about how you would reintroduce Chris Jericho. When you would reintroduce Chris Jericho, would you just basically have him come out and open the show on January 5th? Like Raw on Netflix, 1 year anniversary show. Boom, we're live on Netflix. Chris Jericho's music hits. Comes out, says he's back in WWE, says that 2026 is his last year as a professional wrestler. He's been wrestling for 30 years. This is it. Let's see what fucking happens. And then somebody comes out potentially to intervene, to talk to him, to start a feud with him, to start talking shit, and then boom, we move on. Or he just comes out and introduces himself, and then you start building up Chris Jericho's feud next time. So that's the big rumor. Will Chris Jericho return? Yes, to WWE he will. Will he return on tonight, January 5th, on the 1-year anniversary show? I don't know. We will see. And then another rumored return for tonight is Chad Gable. Now, if you follow Chad Gable on Instagram, he's been absolutely getting fucking jacked out of his mind in his home gym. Chad Gable is one of the most hardest working people I've ever seen in my life, from being an Olympic wrestler to now being a WWE superstar. Chad Gable will have a massive year in 2026. Now, I don't think he's a Royal Rumble winner this year because it's too soon from his return, but I would not be surprised if Chad Gable is in contention to win the Royal Rumble in 2027 and also win a world title in 2027. Also, Logan Paul and Chad Gable probably are going to be world champions in 2027. 2026, I think, is about Braun Breaker, LA Knight, Sami Zayn, those guys, Gunther regaining his championship, Roman Reigns becoming WWE Undisputed Champion again, Randy Orton has stated his claim to Cody Rhodes' title, so I think those guys are going to be more on the running for those world titles this year. Then next year, potentially, the new superstars to emerge as world champions are going to be Chad Gable and Logan Paul. But, so, the two big rumors for tonight about returns are going to be Chris Jericho and Chad Gable. And then the question a lot of people have been asking online is, where the fuck is Rusev? Rusev had an absolutely hot start to his return to WWE. We haven't seen him in a few weeks. Where are the vignettes? Where are the videos? You know, where's his presence been? Where's his feud? What's happening with him? Is he injured? Is he gone? Did something happen? Where the fuck is Rusev? So will we see Rusev return tonight? Will we see the return of Chad Gable? And will we see the return of Chris Jericho to WWE? Those are sort of the three big questions entering the 1-year anniversary show on Raw on Netflix. And then, hopefully, by the grace of the wrestling gods and JBL included, that we see Braun Breaker dethrone CM Punk and become the new world heavyweight champion. And that's the shot we get to end the show tonight. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.